Craft Victoria's staff, management and board are committed to creative excellence in craft practice. We support craftspeople in making an important contribution to the cultural life of Australia. So let's hear from our makers and our professional peers about the significance of Craft Victoria's work.
My name is Vicky Mason and I'm a contemporary jeweller. I have been making for 23 years now as a professional artist. My practice is research-based and I'm really interested in unpacking our relationships with plants within the contemporary context. I suppose you could say my purview is to build knowledge and raise awareness about the natural world through investigating the myriad of themes the study of plants opens me up to. I first joined Craft in 2002, so I've been a member for 17 years now, and I've exhibited with Craft on numerous occasions over these 17 years. The confidence Craft showed in supporting my practice led me to subsequently be asked to be in Melbourne now at the NGV over 2013 and 14, and then I had the confidence to go on and apply for the Australia Council for the Arts Barcelona residency, which I was awarded in 2014. I really value Craft because it connects me to people. I'm able to maintain my networks, build new networks, keep abreast of what's happening in the field across various disciplines through attending exhibitions. I just think its role is pivotal for someone like me. It's also a conduit for funneling information regarding opportunities while also creating opportunities. And I guess it's an essential part of the ecology of my professional life as an artist.
My name's Damien Wright. I'm a craftsman. I'm a designer and maker of furniture. I work predominantly in wood. I've been doing this for 25 years. I run a commission-based practice where I work on largely one-off commissions of beautiful furniture and sculpture. Craft Victoria, the organisation, has been a consistent and essential part of that landscape for my entire professional life. There's an enormous amount of my life that is spent at the bench, that is spent actually doing the physical work of making furniture. To have an organisation that represents me in a larger cultural sense and in a very real physical sense through exhibition, through programs, is an incredibly important part of my professional life. To make and make well is a dedication, and it requires a lifetime to get good at. An organisation like Craft understands the time that it takes to make things really beautifully, and they seek to provide opportunities to articulate the importance and the scope of work in a broader world, a broader commercial and a broader artistic and intellectual world that simply is impossible to do as a solo maker. So I'm also very interested in the intellectual life of other craftspeople, and to have an organisation that runs programs, creates opportunities, creates argument, conversation and discourse is also a very important part of my professional life.
My name is Rebecca Coates. I'm the director of Shepparton Art Museum. SAM is really known for its celebration of all things ceramics. The collection really spans from first European settlement, strong Indigenous ceramics, and of course the proliferation of contemporary artists working in ceramics in the current day. So why Craft? Why do we want to work with Craft? Craft has been in operation. They are peak bodies supporting makers. It's a point of reference for people coming to Melbourne, coming to Australia to see some of the great things that that our makers are presenting, that are working with, that are thinking about, and for us to all be involved and to be engaged. It seemed only logical that we worked with Craft to really showcase some of the leading contemporary artists working in ceramics and build and foster a partnership between the two organisations who are both so passionate about supporting and celebrating makers. I think Craft is important for a number of reasons. It's a membership organisation, so we need to have somewhere that shares information, is a professional body that actually can support and a point of reference. With the new Craft space, you've got a wonderful reference library and you've got exhibition spaces as well. So it does many things in the one platform, and I would argue it's what a good space of this sort should do.
So I think a couple of years ago I first became aware of Craft working in partnership with Aboriginal artists. I think it's absolutely fantastic that Craft Victoria and Mildura Regional Art Gallery have come together for this collaboration of bringing a senior Victorian Aboriginal artist back to her home country to exhibit and share the love with local community and family. Because my family still live here, I involve my family, my nieces, nephews, brothers, sisters, whoever can be involved in all of the artworks that I make and pass on that cultural knowledge and creative art practice. Because I think it's really important that people see the processes that you go through. The mere fact that they're working in collaboration with regional galleries and giving local artists an opportunity to show back in their hometowns, I think is just brilliant.
My name's Kit Wise. I'm the Associate Dean for Art at RMIT University. I'm also a visual artist, practicing primarily in sculpture. So in terms of my relationship with Craft Victoria, I was very fortunate to be on the board for about 12 months, 18 months, maybe a decade ago. Since then I've attended exhibitions and openings. In my current role at RMIT, we're very excited about the opportunity to partner with Craft Victoria as a key part of the industry that our graduates are moving into. Craft is part of that unique chemistry of what makes this city and this state such an extraordinary powerhouse for making. One of the things that really excites me about Craft is its location. You know, it's in the centre of the city. It's adjacent to some of the most extraordinary art galleries. That's rare to have this, again, crossroads, if you like, of not just craft practitioners but other related disciplines, and to do that in the centre of the fabric of this city. And I'm very interested in how craft resonates with bigger frames of creative practice, of making practice. I'm very interested in the scales of making that craft supports and relates to, whether it's from something as intimate as a ring to something you can hold in your hand, something you can sit on, and then how that relates to practices of interior design, architectural design. And even beyond that, thinking about how an understanding of making can lead to systems design, the design of cities, the design of institutions, etc. So skills in making and competencies in making, I think, are critical to many industries going forward. So Craft is a specialist organisation with a 50-year history of excellence in the curating, the criticality around craft in excellence, I think is what has contributed to Melbourne being internationally acclaimed. So it's that critical framework. It's also a supportive framework in terms of, again, bringing together a community of makers, giving them a window, an aperture, a space into the wider community. And so it's both those things of establishing careers, supporting careers, and also the critical functions that make this, if you like, an elite institution, you know, the front edge of practice here in Australia and internationally.